a bit wrong. I turned everything off by accident. I flicked the wrong switch.
Oops.
So we may or may not be live. Who knows?
We
are live.
That's
good.
Okay. Good morning.
I was just saying to Josh, have you forgot to reset everything? Technology this week not been our friend. Your beautiful necklace is going to catch. It's all threaded under your microphone, so you might
catch on. So I think I take it off.
It's just suddenly occurred to us, didn't it, that it's 10 o'clock. We need to be with you guys.
Busy pottering away.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're all right. Let's see who's with us, shall we? Just, when I find everybody. We've got it together, haven't we, this morning, really? Ish. Yeah, you're proper tangled.
Proper tangled. That would have affected sound, I think.
No, well, There we go. Found it. Here we are. Look, let me turn that down. Jane.
Good morning.
Yes.
It's a bit lovely, isn't it?
It is a bit lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know. You get those quilts and you look at them and you're not quite sure how it works.
Yeah. And
it's one of those.
When I break it down, it's so simple. You'll be like, oh my goodness.
Is it though?
Yes.
Is it?
It's a straightforward block, and it's sashing that gives that secondary pattern. It's a pieced sashing. It's really. I designed it.
Again. She's done it again, everyone.
Designed it and then looked at the Christopher Wilson Tate fabric and I was like, that would be really good with that. And it's come out so beautifully. I just love it. I mean, I love all my quilts, but I love this one.
The Christopher Wilson Tate fabric.
It's just divine.
It makes me think of opulent National Trust houses. That's kind of the feel, isn't it, for it?
Absolutely.
Exquisitely designed. It's all mode of fabric. It's all beautiful quality. But the attention to detail is just so beautiful. And it's so high end.
Yeah,
just the finish on it is high end. So then you create something like this and it's like, yes, we will have that in our home. Thank you very much. Gemma designed, of course, the tissue box so that we could have it in our home.
Yes.
And she's done it in that fabric as well. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But it didn't stop there because then we got the brand new Adidas Sitar fabric, which is all the pinks and the greys. So if blues and mustards aren't your thing,
I'm going to demo it with these fabrics today. A selection of these fabrics, not all of them, unfortunately. I'd love to make a quilt with all of them, but I don't actually think that's possible.
Be a big old quilt, wouldn't it?
It would.
Be a big old quilt.
But
I tell you what else is a big old pile today. Half metre.
Yes. We got a little carried away, didn't we, this morning?
Well,
Natasha?
yeah, I did a little bit, if I'm honest. Just a tilly tiny bit. And also, what I've also got to show you this morning is this, because this lands tomorrow or Friday.
Just stroke it.
It's in the country, it's with the supplier, and it will be on its way to us. This will be Monday's show. But if you want to get ahead and you want to get buying, because we have had dreadful trouble trying to get hold of Tilda.
Shipping's been a nightmare, hasn't it?
She's been really unlucky. So the first lot, we got like 4 bolts out of the full collection.
Yes. Because
they sent it in 2 shipping containers and only 1 arrived. They split it. This time they learnt not to split it.
Yeah.
They just didn't arrive. So, fun times. It's here, and we shall enjoy that. I still haven't forgiven this for cutting my thumb. It's been so sore. Everybody needed to know that. Should we see who's here, Jane?
Let's do that.
Let's have a look, shall we? We've got Deborah and Jill and Elizabeth, good morning, and Sharon, hello, and Oriel, good morning, and Pat and Deborah and Pam and Marlene, good morning to you. There we are, and lots more, but I haven't got messages. Oh, and Karen. Morning, lovelies. On this fine witchy Wednesday, deliberately spelt wrong so as not to upset the Book of Faces. It does not like witchy anything, does it?
You'd think at the moment it would be forgiving for the word witch, with it being near Halloween and people talking about their children dressed as witches and all that.
None of it?
No.
No. And good morning, Myra, and good morning, Lo. Oh, she's got a new computer today.
Oh, exciting.
Myra says it's weather for ducks.
Yeah, it's quite dry here.
Hang on a minute.
It's very windy.
Did Freddie let them out before he went?
Ooh, dunno.
Yes, you did. I sent him out. Morning, Jacqueline.
We can't check anymore, can we? Before we could just peer out the window.
We used to be able to see, but now we'd need X-ray vision. Jacqueline says, "What a stunning chain! Another gem.
You.
She's clever. She's clever." Jenny says, "Good morning." Yes, Berkswell plaid, beautiful.
I just took it from because the fabrics were named after places.
Yes,
and we live quite near to Berkswell here.
yes.
And I didn't want to use check or tartan, so I chose plaid because that's it's an American word, isn't it, for check really? But it sort of worked.
We'll take it. Sticky Wicky Wednesday.
Sticky Wicky?
Wicky woo, says Lo.
Sounds a bit like cricket, sticky wicket, which isn't a very good term.
No. I don't know if we've got Geraldine this morning. Geraldine, your daughter sent me the most beautiful thank you card, which she really didn't need to at all. I sent her a birthing hypno book. She said, "Oh, it worked so well. Barely knew I was in labour." Crikey.
Wonderful.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. Right, I'm going to show you. Oh, and this is the other thing that's just
this
arrived.
Is stunning.
So you know on Monday we did the cushions.
Yeah.
Philip Jacobs shared it.
I know, that's fantastic.
That's like the ultimate, the ultimate, isn't it? When the designer likes what you've done with it and shares it with,
shares it on his site.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so excited. I don't know what to show you first. Which
We've got
one?
this beautiful flange piping, which is just
Right. We'll go through those with the half meter heavens, Jane.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way because then we can pick which flange to go with which.
That is just such a time saver, isn't it?
Yeah.
To have your piping covered already with
Covered,
the extra bit that fits into your seam perfectly. Magic.
And it's bias as well because that's the other thing is that the cushions that I did on Monday, they weren't biased, so I didn't take them around the corners. No. We just did straight, which is fine, and that's an easy way.
Yeah.
But if you want them to go all the way around, then that's the way. Right, let's have a look at these. That's a technical term, by the way. Yeah, I've got all the terms. Right. So when the suppliers come to us and say, "Would you like some beautiful new Tilda?" Dave doesn't speak at all like that, does he? No. All right, Tash. That's more like it. I've got some of this. Do you want it? Yes. Thank you very much. Is more how he talks. Yeah. So we have got the full collection. If you want it, it is on the website with a pre-order. Go for it. Fill your boots. These are rather beautiful. And if you like Tilda, you might just be wanting these. These are kind of, I don't want to call them blenders, Jane.
No, because they work beautifully on their own. Look at those colours.
But you might want all of these.
They're standard width fabrics, those ones.
They all are, Jen.
Yeah.
So these are all 44 inches, selvage to selvage. They are all. Now, the thing that I really like about Tilda fabric is that the shrinkage. Normally with cotton fabric, you'd expect a shrinkage between 6 to 7%.
Yeah.
3 to 4.
Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's the base cloth that we've got. So maximum 3% it's saying here, which is just phenomenal. I still don't know how to say that. Ocotex. Anyway, basically what it means is it's got no nasty chemicals in. That's all you need to know. When you see that and you can't say it like us, it just means no nasty chemicals. So you can use it for your kids' clothing and stuff like that.
It's good to know.
Perfect. Right. So if you are after these, hang on. Hold up, Jane. Hold on.
Oh, look.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
I mean,
the lovely colours. Well,
aren't
just
they?
classic
So we've got
Tilda
those.
colours.
Yep.
Pretty.
Now, you thought it was just going to be this, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Here we go. So, I love these. Look, so beautiful.
I noticed on that he's cocking his leg.
He's having a little wee, which is what dogs do.
Yes, they
That's
do.
why my dad will never have
Perfectly
a boy
natural.
dog.
And girl dogs do it too.
Yeah.
They do. They will have a little.
Look at these. So this is just.
Look at that. That's stunning.
I know. So this is just to give you an idea of what is coming up. Tilda loves her dogs though.
Yes.
Oh, Tuna. She's got, her dogs she's got sausage dogs.
Oh, lovely.
And they all begin with T In
I'll
fact,
do this.
everything in Tilda's life begins with
a
T. She's Tuna. I can't pronounce her husband's name very well, but he's a T as well. Tot, tot, tot. And their dogs all begin with a T. Everything begins with a T. Oh. I'm going to give you a quick shake of that. Just.
Colours are beautiful.
They're exquisite, aren't they?
Yeah.
So by the time that you mix them with the others, we are in for a treat.
They all mix and match, which is really nice.
I love this.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? She's on form. I tell you what, Tuna is absolutely on form.
It is really classic Tilda, this one, isn't it?
This one is, it's just going to be the one that lasts a lifetime, isn't it? You know, it's...
Yeah.
I was very upset while I was on holiday. The cats did nasty things to my patchwork Tilda, classic patchwork Tilda cushions. Had to throw them away. There was no salvaging.
I think to make more then.
Yeah, I think they were having a bit of a protest because I wasn't there.
They were probably missing you.
Well, they've got a funny way of showing it.
Well, yes, but
isn't it gorgeous?
it's beautiful.
Look at that.
I love the sunflowers with the crows on. This is very nice.
I know, right? Monday show, guys. Monday show. But this is up and ready for pre-order. So, you know, the minute it's in, we will be snippity, snip, snip, snipping.
So cute. It's just cheeky.
I mean, we're not children, are we, Jane? We just giggle at these things. And that is fine. Right. Half metre heavens. I'm whizzing a little bit, Jane, because I know that we've got a lot to get through. So what I did after Monday's show, lots of you missed the discounts on Monday because you didn't watch live and didn't realise that the discount ended at midnight. So what I have done for you is I have put them into half metre heaven pairs.
Nice.
All the fabrics. So you can do alternates. You can top up with the velvets. Of course you can. Absolutely you can. The other thing, otherwise, they're still available by the half metre as well. I mean, imagine if you flanged in this.
Perfect
little
colour.
number.
It's pretty lovely.
That is. They've got numbers, these colours. Colour 42.
Nice.
Or you might want to go for colour number 64.
Pulls out that green.
Oh yeah, look at
really
that.
Pops that, doesn't it?
Oh, that's the one I'd go for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done, you're going to have to pick it. I've literally done 5 of these each, haven't we?
Yes.
Because, you know, they are available by the half metre, blah, blah. And so this one, we've done it with Emerald. So this is Dorothy, we've done it with Emerald. And I mean, again, number 64 again is coming in as a bit of a winner here, isn't it?
Yeah. This one
But
might look
also,
quite nice.
yeah, you're so right.
Hot
Number
pink.
78, also rather gorgeous. Do you know what I would do? I would do a Clashy McClash, and I would go in with a number 8.
Nice red.
Because it picks
this.
out that,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like we work together and know what the other one is going to say, isn't it? So they would be my choice.
Absolutely.
Just, you know, if that were the case.
Is this Dorothy? Because I'm rather
yeah,
taken
this is
with
Dorothy.
It's
Everyone's a little bit taken with Dorothy.
gorgeous.
So with Dorothy here, again, you could pick out. Oh yeah, look at that with the orange and the pink.
I love pink and orange
Love. You could also pick out the red if you wished. What else have we got in
We
here?
haven't actually got an orange one, have we? That's quite unusual.
No, but there is a bit of yellow in there.
Yeah.
if you
And
wanted.
you know, let's not.
Let's know. Yeah, our friend Green.
It was working rather well.
Number 64. Green number 64, come in. There we go. So that is your, that is that. Oh, hang on. Whoa. Stop.
Oh, that looks rather nice.
Oh,
doesn't it?
Jane.
Brings it into a
Doesn't it?
sophisticated era.
Into a sophisticated palette, darling.
Absolutely. It
I'll
would
tell
look
you what
rather
else
nice
they
with
look
the
Christopher Wilson Tate. Actually, as would number
Yes, that lovely
42.
mustard, yeah.
Look at those two together for your Christopher Wilson Tate. We'll look at those in a minute. Oh, Jane, literally, these arrived. So we ordered these. Our supplier is a little bit overwhelmed at the minute. I'm not quite sure why. And so they should have been here for the show. They only just arrived this morning.
Yeah.
Right.
I think suppliers are suffering, aren't they? Because we're still having container
Fun.
ship issues and
Yeah. Fun.
lack of lorry drivers.
I would bring out that green. Would I bring out the green?
Bring out the green.
Bring out the green. What else would I bring out? Have you got a tealy colour there?
I was going to say with that.
No.
No.
But I might
Just that nice yellow.
bring out the yellow. There it is. That's what I'd do.
Oh, with that sky.
Do you know
Beautiful.
what I would do? I'd also put it onto the screen
So that
everyone
people
could
could
see.
Would help.
I mean, you know, that old chestnut. People actually wanting to see what they've got to buy. These will go live at midnight tonight for those of you watching going, well, where are these on the website? Where? Midnight tonight. Midnight tonight. Please be aware. And this is just what happens. I have got, over the next 2 days, 8 shows at the craft store / Hochanda.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Are you
okay.
sleeping at all in
No.
the next 2 days?
No. So the only reason that I tell you that is just that it means that obviously there will be viewers from the craft store that will come across and look.
Mm-hmm.
So you might just want to be quick.
Sneak a bit of grey in there.
I see your sneakiness, Jane. That is colour number 30 if you want the grey. This is colour number, Jane's dropped in it, 21 there. Oh, hello, throwing in a colour number 40.
Oh
yes.
dear. I've just broken.
Oh, Jane. It's all
You
right.
can rely on me.
Yeah, no, always.
Every time.
Yeah. I mean, also, it wouldn't be wrong.
No, we wouldn't with it.
That is number 78.
That's
Come in,
rather
number 78.
gorgeous.
And you got. I bet everyone's sat at home now with a piece of paper and a pen.
We should have a bingo.
Going, "Oh,
shouldn't we?"
yeah. I'll just
Somebody
take
will
that
shout
one.
house. I think it'll either be Elizabeth or Lou.
Yeah. Here we go. So this one, Jane, get ready with your greys.
Well, I'm looking at
Oh, hang on. That one. Just
this.
pile 'em up.
and
Oh,
let's
and
just
there they are.
yeah.
There they are. So if you want this is number 26. This one here is number 3. This one here is number 88. This one here is a bit of a winner. Is number 21, and this one is number 30, and this is Simply Beautiful. That's not what it's called. It's called Hokusei's Mums, and we've put it with elephant. Now, Jane.
Bejeweled, beautiful. Just reminds me of enameled boxes. I don't know.
Enameled-y things.
Yes.
I'm going, first time out here for the number 24. Come in, number 24.
Yeah. Our lovely number green.
Number
green.
64. He's taken a little trot out as well there. We don't have a purple. What's going on?
Oh.
Why didn't they do it? We've got all the colour. We got all the colours that they had. We ordered every single one.
Oh,
Maybe they were out of stock.
maybe.
How rude.
That
And again,
tealy would look quite nice with that as well.
the
wouldn't
teal
it?
wood, actually, yes. I mean, yes.
Not wrong.
Oh, you're not wrong, Jane. You are not wrong.
It's
You are
not
rarely
wrong.
wrong. This is. I can't say it, Jane. You would say it.
We want to say cloisonne.
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 I know that
Angelina.
Claire Angelina will be there saying, "Oh yes," or "No," or ugh. I would again, yes. I'd be going 78 or number 52.
Yeah. Actually, that one doesn't look too
shabby.
either.
I'm not a fan of that one
No,
so much. I
pulls
prefer
it
that
down
one.
a bit.
But then, our lovely green again.
We're liking the green.
We are loving our green today, aren't we? It's a slightly different take on the old half meat heavens today, isn't it? But it would mean that you then have fabric for 2 cushions.
I was going to say you've got a cushion kit, haven't you?
Yeah,
Really?
you've got it then done. This one, Jane,
Ooh,
get ready with that teal. Come on.
let's do
Come on.
that. Look at that.
That one and that one. I thank you.
And
Oh yeah. And Mr. Green.
and Mr. Green.
There we go.
Wax is magic.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Hang on. Whoa, Jane.
Oh, that
Jane.
nice red. Look at that.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, just a bit of
because it's in there.
in it.
It's in there.
It's like the outline, so it would really pull the design out, wouldn't it? Nice.
I'm going to keep that to one side. These are all on the website, by the way. If I don't know if Gemma called them flanged binding or not. Now, on these, can you see the red on these? Because, yes.
Just pulls it. Whoop.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I mean, we've put peacock there, but you've got your teal, you've got your red. You go for it.
You've got a deeper green here as well, which might...
I wouldn't put that with that one, though.
Yeah, you've got to think about your backing, haven't you?
Yeah.
So maybe
I'd go red. I'd go red, or I'd pull the grey.
Yes.
If you want something really
nice
classic.
and soft, yeah.
Yeah. Or.
Oh yeah.
So you've got choices.
Absolutely.
Possibly too many choices. Can you ever have too many choices?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Although it does lead to procrastination.
Well, I mean, we're king of that. Now this one.
Oh, look at those.
Get me all of the blues, Jane. Immediately, if not sooner. Yeah.
Even that lovely pale soft
Pale one as well.
And our lovely...
Yeah. I think we've got two of those. I think that's the same.
Yeah.
Let's just take that. Well, I'll take that one out of the equation. Then
Number 21.
Number 21. There we go. And
we've got a navy. Is that navy?
in the navy. And there's your grey.
Yeah, that is navy because we've got black there. That's definitely a very deep, rich navy.
Roll it in there so that we can see. So, I mean, this basically just. Oh look, and it's outlined in red. Boom.
You can have such fun
There
with
it
these.
is. These are great, aren't they? So that's number 8. Number 3 for that lovely blue for the navy. In the navy. That's 27. This is where I find that Gemma hasn't given them the number. 24. She would have done for Inga. Number 26. The grey is number 30. And then we've got this one, which is 21. And then this one here, which is 23.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That
but
is
again,
gorgeous. The colours in there. Well,
5 of these, but they're all by the half metre if you want them still on the website. Right.
Just a smidge of Tula.
A smidge of Tula. Yes, please. Now, what colour? Well, all the colours. I'd go
Any
red.
colour. I'm going to say whack a bit of red in there or even yellow with the grey.
Oh, yes. Yes. How
And if you
stunning
were
would
feeling
that be?
conservative, you could use grey or black because we've got black too. Nice bit of magenta.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you know. So, yeah, we've got this. Lovely, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. That's from the line work range by Tula Pink. Now, I've got 2 of these and that's it.
Just
It was just the end of a bolt, wasn't it? So 2 of those. This is a Lisa Chandler with all of your beautiful metallics in there. But I've only got 2 of those.
That lovely green with that. Pulls that out.
Oh, Jane. What colour's that one? Number 68. I mean, it's been a slow starter, number 68.
Yeah, but it really
There it is.
pulls that lovely rich green out in there.
This is why I love my job.
It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it.
Does it feel like work? Does it feel like work?
No,
Are we
it
working,
doesn't,
Jane?
no.
Are we working? The beautiful tile print is there. No.
We are definitely lacking in an
Orange.
orange terracotta colour.
I'd be going to bring out the greens again.
I'm
Bring
gonna
out your
say
greens.
That's like a khaki colour,
Ooh,
which
that's
actually
nice.
isn't
Yeah,
wrong.
it's not wrong. No. But otherwise, I would be looking at number 68. That one, the khaki, is number 45. And again, we've got a handful of those. 7. That's all we've got of those.
Lovely.
Now, we have got a few more of these, but only because I want you to do your Christmas makes with this.
Yes.
And I've done it with the lemon, but we've got a black there. Or
Yeah, that works really nicely
this
with
one,
that. It's lovely
yeah.
soft colour.
is number 40. It's It's rather lovely, isn't it?
It is a bit gorgeous.
And you could get all your Christmas cushions, couldn't you? Because this is such, I mean, I know it's not Christmas fabric, but it's kind of decadent,
works,
isn't
doesn't
it?
it?
So it does work.
It's rich.
So I've got a few more of those, but again, because I've got some Lisa Chandler fabrics on the craft store tomorrow, there will be extra eyes on the website. So please, please, please just be aware,
you've got to be aware
that
of
you're going to have to be quick, because otherwise... well, here I would be going that or that.
Yeah.
I've made lots of bags out of this, but I think cushions bound with the bound edges.
Be beautiful.
Stunning.
Absolutely gorgeous.
That's where I would be going very, very much with this. And that lovely bright red. Beautiful.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
And then this one is your tile in orange. Orange. I would, Jane, bring out that green, or there's a deeper green, something that fell on the floor.
It's just come on clip dead. Yeah.
Not wrong, is it?
No, it really sort of pulls it together, doesn't it? That's a nice red.
Almost.
Yeah.
Not quite. So this is your Melba tile print. Again, stunning. You might want to just top up. This is the last of the ivory and pink small floral. We've popped it with a rose. I would be bringing in a bit of that.
That's probably a little bit too dark, isn't it? But maybe the magenta might just pop it a bit.
Or even, if you just
Yeah.
want to bind it in
Or
white. you can.
there's a lovely soft grey, isn't there? Which might just lift the
Was that not
silver.
the- oh, yeah, there. Oh, that's the one. I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, Jane. Last
These are
one.
lovely. Just adds another dimension to your project. You know, even a bag, you could just do a piped edge
Little
around
bit
the
of pipe.
side, in
Yeah,
the
round
seam.
your pocket.
Yeah,
Something like that.
beautiful.
I'd go with the light grey,
Yeah.
which is colour number 30. I know that we have, Jane, it would be fair to say, made a little bit of a mess of the desk. But,
Creative.
oh yeah, that. that.
Creative mess.
I just wanted you to see it with them, because otherwise, again, it's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
so it's difficult always, you know, we all know
On
our
a
computer
screen.
screens do colours differently, but if we can give you an idea of numbers and things, it just helps with your choices. And you know that we've looked at the fabrics and know that the
Yeah.
colours work.
And you can watch the show back, and when you get to the one that you want, just grab that number. I think we gave most of the numbers out, didn't
And
we?
don't be frightened to message us and ask us, because we're always happy to help. We, you know,
Yeah, that too.
we don't
Oh, yeah.
mind. We don't mind having to look at colours and work out what goes with what.
I just need to check if the milk was off. It's on the cusp. It'll do.
Yeah.
Right. Jane, was there anything else I needed to do today, because my brain is fried
I
today?
can't think that you said anything. I think it's half metre heavens and the flanges. I can't remember anything else
What
that
did I
we
say?
said.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go and sit over there and drink my slightly whammy tea.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Jane.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I can't quite, you know, I don't know what it is, because I mean I spend a lot of time playing with patchwork blocks and putting them together and see if they work and how they play together.
They play nicely.
And
That's how we say it, isn't it?
Yeah,
They
and
play
just
nicely.
occasionally you do something and you're like, oh my goodness, I love this. And then the fabric comes and it works and the whole thing just gels beautifully.
Claire says it's not a mess, it's ideas spread
Yes,
everywhere. That's it. We
Creative
are ideas
ideas.
spread everywhere. I'm already looking at those colours behind you, going, which ones are going to work? Which ones?
Yeah. So we've got the bundle that I've made the quilt in, the lovely Christopher Wilson Tate Moda bundle. You've got 3.5 metres of beautiful blues. That's the border print, which is the large scale print, and then this is the two smaller scales in different shades, which actually form this background
hang on.
of the
I was-
crisscross. Sorry,
Which bit?
form this crisscross that looks like it's in the background.
Right.
So those are you've got larger pieces, 1/2 metre pieces of those, and then you've got fat eighths. No, not fat eighths, long quarters
Long quarters, yeah.
of all the other fabrics. which are used within the quilt, which means that you've also got a little bit of making it your own, because you might want to change the mustard to here and have the blue as the focal square. You just got that little bit of, oh, I could mix it around a little bit if you wish to. And then we've got a lovely bit of our lovely, actually, slate, which pulls that all together, that I use for the binding, because it's sort of that lovely bluey, soft bluey grey. But we've got all of these fabrics, haven't we, and more, by the ½ metre within the Christopher Wilson Tate collection. There's so many.
They are, and they're all available online by the ½ metre, especially if you want to top up on any's.
They're just beautiful colours, lovely soft bluey greys that have got, the blue's got the hint of the mustardy colour within it. The mustard's got a hint of grey and this lovely rich beigey colour.
Can we go close up on that really pretty one?
The main
Yes.
print, as I call it.
Because
It's floral. It reminds me a little bit of, is it Indian tree, the china that you find in quite a few of the restaurants, and it's pinky actually but it's got that little bit of a tree, and then there's this little like pheasant type bird.
Works for me, it's beautiful. Julia says, my workroom is full of ideas. I mean, that's where we get to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah. So much ideas that there's not much space left.
John Cole Morgan's joined us, says, morning ladies, not saying the magic phrase this week after last. Yeah. Yeah. Who
Get
got
thrown
themselves
off.
banned off Facebook?
For using this ditchy witchy word. Dearie me. So that's our bundle for what we're calling the blue bundle, the Christopher Wilson Tate one. And we've had some of the linen textures in from Macawa.
Right.
And I just pulled these and made a little fat quarter bundle. They're nothing to do with the quilt, but they just blend beautifully. Now, you
Because
could
do
make
you
yourself
have
a little
much-
combination cushion. You could take some of the block and made a little cushion from those to
My
complement
question
your...
is, do you get any of the fabrics left over enough to make a cushion?
A small amount, not
Okay.
not a huge amount, but there will be some of the long quarters particularly.
So this could be a top up, or if you're just buying ½ meters and you want a tonal
Something
bundle that's going to
Gonna
work.
complement it beautifully.
Yeah.
The thing about the linen textures is they're not linen, they're cotton printed.
Which makes them easier to work with than linen.
Yeah, but they've got this sort of shading like linen, which stops them being. Sometimes with a plain fabric, it can be a bit heavy
Flat.
and flatten your pattern. So this lifts it slightly, and particularly with these prints that have got that oldie, classic feel to them. Classic prints, they're like you could imagine these in a Regency home, because
You
that's
really could,
Christopher
yeah.
Wilson Tate likes his Regency style
course,
prints and
of
stuff, and that's
course.
where he gets a lot of his inspiration from.
So Margaret says, she's telling us the numbers off the reels is great, but did you know that they're loaded with the colour names? Yes, but the names aren't on the reels, Margaret. I've only got the numbers on the reels. They haven't put the colours on the reels, otherwise I would. And it's Classenet.
Classenet.
She says she learned it on Bargain Hunt.
Oh,
There we
that's
go.
good to know. That's
It's an
nice.
ancient technique for
Classenet.
decorating metalwork objects with coloured material held in place by or separated by metal strips or wire, normally of gold.
Ooh.
I
That's
mean,
why it gives you a feeling of like the enamel.
the enamel,
yeah.
that's it, isn't
Similar
it? It
technique,
all
isn't
makes
it?
sense now,
Yes.
doesn't it, Jane?
Absolutely.
Do you know what else makes sense? This fabric.
This fabric came in, and when I did the red and cream quilt last week, Natasha was like, could you use any of this collection? And I looked at it and I was like, can I save it for next week when I'm doing the other quilt? Because the colours in this are just, I can't tell you, they're just beautiful.
Morning, Laurie.
It's got this lovely, almost lilac-y grey within it, because it's pink toned, but the pink is a grey tone. So it's got this softness, this gentle
It's just
warmth to it. It is just a classic. I love Edita Satar fabrics. I love
This-
her use of the big, bold flowers, and then she combines it with the combination. This has got little acorns on it. It's beautiful. The combination of the colours, and she's got it in sort of there's like within the collection, you've got these soft greys, deeper greys, which have also almost got a mauvey tone to them, to the deep pinks, and then the soft creams and the light pinks. But within it is this lovely sort of mustardy tone that sort of features within the whole collection. Just a little smidge of it,
which mix it through with the Christopher Wilson Tate, and it would not be wrong.
It would combine beautifully.
They would. So here's my thinking, right? You know how I don't know about your mum. When my mum made us stockings for Christmas, whatever she put in for whatever Father Christmas obviously put in for my brother,
Yes.
There would be something of equal value or whatever.
Yes, we all do it when we've got more than one child. We make sure that everybody is treated equally and fairly.
Yeah, all of that. So my thought is, if you have a son and a daughter and you're making quilts for Christmas,
yes,
I mean, it wouldn't be wrong.
You've got the colour combinations would work beautifully.
In the same, I don't want to say same kind of style, but sort of that feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All together. Absolutely.
So this is my thinking about how I'm going to work the colours. Again, as I say, they're long quarters. There's enough in it for you to change it around within the pattern. So, this is my suggestion. These ones are the ones that I'm going to use for this check behind.
Which one, sorry?
These lovely pinks here. These two shades of pink
are being used for
this part here.
Lovely.
That's the only sort of restriction, but we're selling it by the half metre, so if you want to change it round, make it bigger, you can get more. This is the colour, this grey with this pretty ditzy pink flower on. We can go close up on that while we're overhead. That's the one I'm thinking for the main square. Are you able to change the angle, Natasha?
Yeah, I was looking at if I look on my phone, it's delayed. And then by the time I realise it needs changing, sorry.
That's okay.
There we go.
So that one is what I'm thinking of instead of the mustard square. And then these two, this pale grey, and again, it's got that lovely acorn print. And this is like, I don't know what you would say that. That to me, it looks like laces threaded through holes.
Do you want to go a close up, Jane?
It's almost dotty ditzy, but when you look close up at it, it reminds me of sort of like shoelaces woven through.
Oh, nice.
Holes.
A trellis.
It's lovely, like a trellis. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's like a classic sort of feed sack style print. Yeah. So those are the two that I'm thinking of for the little 4 patch. And then these are my 2 background fabrics. When I say background fabrics, you look at that and you don't really think there's a background. But if we go to the main picture again,
we are going there.
You can see here I've got 2 different fabrics, similar colourway, but they're just slightly paler, so they blend into the background but do give you that extra bit. So I've chosen these 2 lovely pinks to do that, and then this one for the binding, because I do love a little bit of a stripe for a binding, and this is a very subtle stripe, a lovely classic print, almost looks sort of ombre rather than stripy, but again, it's just a lovely collection. There's more to the collection than we've got here. There's lovely.
Is that the whole collection up there on the?
Yeah,
on the side
you
there?
can see it here. There's a beautiful fern pattern and lots of lovely ditzies.
Basically, we're spoiling
really, just. I want to make a quilt with all of it. It's just lovely. I love it.
Is that the next thing then?
Well, I'm thinking I might make another one. Within the collection.
What sort of thing will you do, Jane?
Well, I don't know. It's sort of, it lends itself to a classic style of pattern, I think, And again, we've gone with a linen texture bundle in the pinks and greys, just to complement it, because we can.
We're limited on the blue colourway.
The blue colourway, we're limited by that lovely deep blue, but yeah. But that looks, with that collection, just works beautifully with it.
And actually, I bought those at the time when the rep came in.
Because we've got this sort of straw colour. I'll say straw rather than mustard. But that picks out this lovely mustard colour that's within. Can I put that on a close-up?
Yes, absolutely, Jane.
See,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
that lovely mustardy colour in there, and that colour just blends beautifully with it, although that's in the blue bundle, but we've got it by the ½ metre as well. So
We have anything left over went into ½ metres.
yes.
And will all be tagged on today's show because Gemma, although she's on a course and working from home this morning, has already worked.
I was
like
going to say,
an
done a full day nearly
absolute-
before she started.
Haven't we all, Jane? Haven't we
She's a
all?
bless her. She's a star. Right. So let's get on with it. Let's show you how we make it.
Is this easy?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Totally sure.
Yeah. I think for a confident beginner, they'll have no problem with this. She says confidently.
I mean, I'm all up for a confident beginner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We've got three blocks, but one of the blocks, there's 2 versions of it, and that's quite important, and it's all within the pattern, so I'll walk you through it and we'll see. So we've got square within a square within a square.
Hang on. A square within a square within a square. Many
Yeah.
a square.
It's 4 patch within a square within a square.
Okay.
That's not difficult. That's half square triangles and 4 patches. We've got this block, which is a square and
Right.
flying geese, but they've got
Yeah.
2 different colours either side.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 variations of that. So it's a very subtle variation. We've got the one colour one side and one the other, and they're
Okay.
opposite sides. You can see that just subtly there, and that helps with giving the checkered bit. And then the third block is our ever faithful 4 patch. Those are the blocks that make this quilt. And you when you're designing, I'm always twisting blocks around and flipping shapes and things like that. And I was like, really? Is that all it is?
Is that
You
it?
break it down again and you're like, oh, that's really clever.
That's
Just fascinating
really clever.
how shapes work together.
You
Right.
see, I love colours together. That's where I really enjoy
Yes.
it. And I need to move on to shapes.
But I think sometimes it's how you place the colours within the shapes that add the
Oh, well,
the
that
extra
just,
bit.
Yes. Now you've stepped it up a notch, haven't you?
Yeah, because that's something else that can help to make your pattern. I could have done it with all of this. I could have done all the way round, and you'd have still had that checkered effect. But I think the subtleness of the 2 colours
Yeah.
just add a little bit more
gives
depth
it
to
more
it.
dimension and depth. Yeah, absolutely.
So our little 4 patch. We do it with a width of fabric strip.
Mm-hmm.
2 strips sewn together, 1/4 inch seam, press the seam to the dark side, and then we're going to cut that up. They're 2.5 inch wide, so we're then going to cut it into 2.5 inch units. I'm going to pinch your naughty rotary cutter and hope it doesn't bite me. Now, when I trim my one edge before I start, I was line up one of my horizontal lines with the seam line rather than one of the top or bottom seams, just because sometimes they can be a bit wavy, but we feel sure that the seam line is the straightest line. And I'm literally just taking the selvage off there. And then we're going to just cut our strip up into 2.5 inch units. So lining up the 2.5 inch mark on the edge of that nice straight cut that we did, and a horizontal line on that seam line. And you'll just cut your strip up all the way along. I'm only going to cut 2 pieces just because I want to show you how to make the one block. But you're just going to cut that up into 2.5 inch units. You're going to need 17 of these little 4 patch blocks altogether for the quilt. You can of course buy more fabric and make this pattern bigger, because it's the sort of pattern that works in the way that you can carry on making it.
Yeah.
Make more blocks, make your rows wider, make more rows. It's a nice pattern that will grow if you wanted to make it bigger.
Elizabeth she's like, could you put an oblong block against the quilt, please? I'm astounded by this one. It's brilliant.
The oblong one, yes, I know which one she means. This one with the it's there. It's there. And it's there.
It's very clever. It's very clever. Geraldine says the problem I have is I want all the quilts, Jane's designs. I've got so many still to make.
I'll tell you a
Lost my
secret,
mojo
Geraldine,
for a
as
while, but
I
it's back
get
now.
very attached to them and I'm like, I want to keep them all.
We want them all.
We want them all.
Josh said to us the other day, isn't it about time we had a sample sale? I was like, sorry, what?
Excuse me.
What?
We haven't finished decorating the warehouse
What?
yet.
No! Hush your mouth and get out.
So of course, with the 4-patch, we can do the little twiddle in the middle.
Oh, we like the twiddle in the middle.
Twiddle in the middle. So for you, those of you that have joined us today and don't know what on earth I'm talking about,
Welcome to my world.
yeah, I've got no idea either. If we go close up,
We're going close up. The twiddle in the middle.
I am unpicking the stitches up to that seam line I've just done when I joined the 2 pieces together. So it's just, you'll use your unpicker. I've left mine in my workroom at the other side of the warehouse. Those 2 stitches there up to that line. There might be one, you might even find there aren't any, and you unpick them on both sides. And when you press this open, you can take one seam up and one seam down. It doesn't show within your quilt. It's got nothing to do with anything other than it just reduces the bulk here. So when you're coming to quilt, and if you quilt across in a diagonal across, you're going to have less bulk when you come to that part there. Just makes life easier for you. And that's the twiddle in the middle.
There's an unpicker in the William or a spinny or anything.
That's it.
Otherwise,
Put
that's
the iron
just
on.
it.
Always
you want
helps. This iron is so lovely because it's heavy.
Would you mind putting the hippo on the back? Because otherwise we can't see you.
Let's move you, beautiful boy. There we go. Doesn't he look lovely? You're Christopher Wilson Tate.
Actually, yeah. Do you know what I love about it? It's like stage setting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that we've missed a trick. We should be just be doing people's home
Yeah,
interiors,
just
shouldn't we?
do interiors.
Yeah. With Christopher Wilson Tate
Tate
up everything,
fabrics,
couldn't you imagine?
absolutely.
This is the Cafe room. This is the Christopher
Wilson
Wilson Tate room.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're now going to, as I say, you're going to need 17 of these altogether because I've put one of these 4 patches in the corners here as well, just to carry on the design through. You don't have to. If you don't like those, you can just carry on your border all the way across. You may have to join fabric with what we've got in the kit. I've only got, there's just enough in there. I think actually you would get it out of the width of fabric because it's only a 40-inch square, so you'd be all right.
I'm laughing because Margaret said the world is well. We have had a twiddle in the middle.
We've had a twiddle in the middle, yeah.
It wouldn't be a Wednesday without
It
a twiddle
wouldn't
in
be
the
a
middle.
Wednesday without a
with our
twiddle.
City Witty Wednesday.
So now we're going to put so many of those to one side and we're going to take, let me just look at that, 9 of these ones.
Geraldine wants to know about our iron. So, Geraldine, I have broken pretty much an iron every 2 months, haven't I, on
Yeah.
average?
Not broken it, but just worn it out.
Well,
because
worn it out, they've exploded or just, one did basically.
Yeah, just nearly set your house on fire, but
Yeah,
we won't
that-
talk about that. That's traumatic.
Do you know what? That was the moment where I
Yes.
said, we've just got to have a studio. I started just getting really nervous leaving the house.
Yeah. You suddenly get a little bit sort of neurotic, don't you? You have to
Yeah.
go around and switch everything off.
Because,
before
well,
you can-
that's the thing. I mean, if here burnt down, yes, that would be awful.
It would be terrible.
But my cats wouldn't be dead. My
No,
dogs
or your
wouldn't be dead.
children.
Yeah.
Or you.
Well, the children would be with me, so they'd be fine with me. taking
Yeah.
out windows. But, it was just one of those things that you go, fabric and stuff is stuff,
Yes.
lives are lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at that point, we went and found a studio.
That's it. And
There
got
we go.
ourselves a professional iron is what
Yeah, no,
to
we did,
answer
we did.
Geraldine's question.
So Geraldine, I basically found one with a cork handle, and that was very exciting for me.
What's it called? Polte Vaporella. Vaporella.
Polti Vaporella. Basically, look on Amazon.
Yes.
I think it was about 90 quid.
So we're going to do the square to make the square within the square. So we want half square triangles. We've got, this is the one of the paler creams. I chose the spotty one for this particular side. Again, you can swap this around if you want to, of the paler ones, because we've got 2 pails the one I chose for going on the inside of the 4 patch and the one that I'm going to use for the flying geese units, but they're interchangeable. So, you know, I know some people like to follow it to the letter, but you've got a little bit of
Wiggle room.
in there to make it your own, change it around.
Sue says that she's got more quilts than space too. I mean,
But they do look nice, just folded and stacked. There's something about a pile of quilts, it looks lovely.
When I was at Cave Studio, they're the great big cupboards, and when you open up the cupboards and they're all stacked in there. I mean, the cupboards themselves are gorgeous because Cave's painted them.
Yes.
But when you open them up and they're just stacked with all the different quilts, because Brandon has them all ordered.
Yeah.
It's just stunning.
Yeah. My friend Barbara Cheney, who's a classic quilter, extremely world renowned for her hand quilting, but she also collects antique quilts, and she's got a cupboard under the stairs. Yeah. It's huge. Yeah. You open it up and it's full of vintage quilts. Stunning. And hand quilts. That's not her quilts, they're the quilts that she's collected
and gathered.
Yeah.
Valerie says, is that the Inspira 4-inch micro tip that Jane's using?
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
I'm wondering if it is good for clipping notches and curves in dressmaking. Yes, because they are so sharp all the way to the tip. Yes.
And they've got that lovely fine tip as well, which does make them very good for unpicking.
Do you want to just show them up to the... Yeah.
But they are beautiful.
And they're sharp to the point.
Yeah. Absolutely, to the very end. So for the cross stitchers among us and the embroiderers and the hand quilters, these are beautiful scissors. Absolutely lovely. And they've got a screw on them, so you can take them to be sharpened should you need to.
So they'll last a lifetime. That was what was really important. The thing to know about these, Valerie, is that they are on a really special price because the manufacturers are changing the packaging. Not what goes in.
No, the
scissors stay the same. They're changing the packaging. So I bought up their old stock and went, well, that's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Your metal doesn't go off.
So,
unless it's left to rust, but these don't rust, so you're all good. Julia says they're brilliant, well worth buying. Yeah, I would get a second pair.
Yeah,
I've got one on all my little.
They're lovely. They're lovely, handy scissors to have around.
Sure.
Okay, so if we can go,
yay,
back up overhead. So we're going to sew a triangle onto the sides there. Now you can see that already. If I put those edge to edge, they're bigger, and that's the 1/4 inch seam allowance. So first of all, we're going to sew top and bottom, and then we'll press those away, and then we'll sew side and side. Now the beauty of the 4 patch is that you can find the middle quite easily. So if you fold your triangle in half along that long edge, now be careful because this is a biased edge here.
Yeah.
So it just literally finger pressing that down just to get a little crease in it, and then we can line the crease up with the seam.
Would you prep with your flatter and whatnot?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'd best press everything. It's
best press flatter. Anything
starched
that you've got.
within
Starch
inch
savvy,
of
any of it. Whack it on.
of its life, bless it. Yeah, it also. I mean, it's the best press is great for getting that stubborn crease where the fabric's folded on the middle of the bolt. You know it's a stubborn crease, that is, because it's been in there since it was put on the bolt from the manufacturer. So the best press is great for getting that one out.
Valerie says, good, thanks, straight in my basket. Yeah, and see what else we've got Inspira-wise as well, because the unpicker is great, and actually so are the easy snips. They work for unpicking a treat as well.
Yeah, they do.
They're really good.
So just pinch that triangle, and I'm lining that up with the opposite side of the 4 patch.
Claire says, how far is the studio from home? Depends whose home we're talking about. My home, 8 minutes.
Mine an hour and 5.
Inga, about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Actually, it's no different for me than it was going to the house. So.
It had to. We had criteria, didn't we?
Yeah.
And the criteria was that it had to be on the school run. I couldn't afford to have an even longer school run. It's long enough as it is. Why did that not change? Sorry.
Okay. I'm just pressing those triangles away from the square so that the seam falls under the triangle. That just, again, it seems to like to sit that way rather than the other way, less seams for it to fall underneath. I do quite often, and it sounds a bit weird, I listen to the fabric, and the fabric will quite often tell you which way it wants to be pressed. So we've gone top and bottom, and now we're going to go side and side. And again, once you're doing this, you can chain piece these, so you can get all the one side done and all the other side done all in one go. So it's quite a quick process.
Yeah.
There's lots of chain piecing that's, you know, you can do. Putting that on the other side, just lining that crease up with the seam within the full patch so that I know that that's central. And you can of course pin that on before you start sewing it. You don't just have to put it on and go for it like I do. So we just press those away. And that makes our square within a square, or as some designers like to call them, economy squares.
Why are they called economy squares?
I think it's because you can get more of your fabric used. Do you know what I mean? It uses less of a square, less of a piece of fabric, but makes a bigger square. I think that's where it comes from. I'm not certain, but that's my thinking behind it.
That makes sense. We'll take that, absolutely.
Now, you need to think about this when you're doing your patch, because you need to keep the darker of the four patches all going in the same direction.
Does it matter which?
No, because that's entirely up to you when you come to put your block together.
Right.
But I've chosen the darker one going from bottom right to top left, because now we're going to add the two colours in. I've gone, let me just check on the ones I've made, yeah. I've gone with this colour as fabric E, she says, confidently again.
I love that you always let it everything.
That's fabric D. I do it because I think people might want to use their own fabrics, and so they can put letters against their own fabrics.
Yeah, no, I get that. But it just always makes me laugh when the way you look at me and you go, I think that's fabric E, and I'm like, I have no idea.
That's fabric D and that's fabric E. So we're going to put these ones on opposite sides. So with our darker of the two, so that goes on that side and that side. So we're going to, and again, we're making half square triangles. So we're cutting through from corner to corner through the square. So we've got fabric E and we've got fabric D. And we're going to sew those two onto there and those two onto there. And I'm just going to double check that with the blocks that I've already made, because it's important at this stage that they're all identical. That's what forms that
got it. Yeah.
Crisscross pattern. So they all have to be exactly the same way. So again, we can fold this triangle in half and pinch it in the middle, and we can line that up now with the point on that square there, the point where those two triangles meets. We can line that up and just place that on, and hopefully it will. And you can feel underneath where the point is as well, so you can move it, the crease there, and then you should have 1/4 of an inch either side overhang on your triangle.
Beautiful. It is a stunner. It's an absolute stunner. I'm so glad that I managed to get all of those fabric collections.
They just came at the right time, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was just brilliant.
Absolutely.
And quite often you'll the fabric comes in, and that inspires the pattern as well.
We don't get, there are a few designers where I will take the full collection. I just don't even ask questions and say, yep, yeah, we'll have it all.
Yeah.
And these two, Aditya Sitar and Christopher Wilson Tate, absolutely. Because otherwise I kick myself.
Yes,
you know,
because there'll be one piece that you could think, oh,
the Zarafa, we started just too late, and we didn't get that in from Christopher Wilson Tate. We didn't get the whole lot in, and I kicked myself quite a long time for not managing to get that.
Yeah, because that was really lovely.
That was
collection.
really beautiful.
And so now we're going to put fabric E
Nice.
either side in the same way. So lining that crease up with that point there, and I can just see where that sits along there, and that point goes in. So I know that that's in the centre, that triangle.
Elizabeth says the blocks look bigger in your hand than they do in the quilt further away. It's a lovely size.
Yeah,
It is. Well, that's
Yes,
your foreshortening,
it is,
isn't it?
yeah.
And all of that.
and we'll put the other triangle on the opposite side. And just press those away. Just be careful when you're pressing that you don't pull the triangle at the point here, because that will stretch it, because you've got that bias there. So it's just is literally pressing them. So that's block one done.
Hang on. What? Done?
Yeah, that's block one.
That's insanely quick.
Yes. As I say, it's not complicated. It's just the clever
That's
placement.
so clever, Jane. Oh, you're so clever.
Placement, fabric placement, and patch placement.
That is so clever.
We're going to do flying geese now, and this is where I've used the other pale pink fabric. These are rectangles, and you'll need for block. You've got block. It's block 2, but block 2A and block 2B. 2B or not 2B. And you're going to need, again, your fabric D and your fabric E. And thinking about how we place these on, you're going to need to draw your diagonal line across the small squares, just from corner to corner. It doesn't really matter which fabric marker you use, because you're going to actually cut sew on this line. So if you do want to have one that disappears, or you can wash away, you might want to do that. If you use a wash away or a fade away one, just be careful, because when you press them, they become permanent.
Yeah, and also if you do one that disappears, the other thing to bear in mind is don't mark up everything if it's going to disappear within the next few minutes. They all have different lives, I've discovered.
Yes.
As to how long they last. So, you know, I would be the one that got all prepared and marked up everything, and then got halfway through and went, where's the marks gone?
Yeah.
Where did they go?
And with the fade away one, it tends to be the warmer the environment, the quicker they fade.
Yeah, it speeds up the reaction, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It's the same with any chemical reaction.
So just mark those there.
No says I'm back. What have I missed? Would
We've
you like
made
to know,
block one.
Elizabeth? Elizabeth said, Josh swung from a trees holding a banana, wearing a loincloth. That's about it, really. Yeah, we blinked and missed that one.
Yeah.
Did you know that Josh was a champion figure skater?
Was he?
Did you know that?
No. He kept that one quiet. Talk about hiding your light under a bushel.
we found this out because SJ used to figure skate as well.
Oh, right.
And we found this out over a curry and a few beers.
How brilliant.
Ages ago. I can't believe I've never brought this up before. And you know when you just sit there and you go, what?
Really?
What?
So
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
to a really seriously high level.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Of all the people, because you know he's got all like heavy metal music and stuff.
Yeah,
You know, and
it's not somebody
you just
that you
wouldn't think Torval and Dean.
No,
No.
because he's a bloke, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
He's artistic, but he's a bloke.
Normal day then says Lo. I mean, yeah. Oh, Josh says he's going to kill me. Oh.
You'll have to catch her first.
But I think it's amazing. I think it's really amazing.
Fantastic.
Because you never know what incredible skills people have or what previous lives they've led. I think it's amazing.
Fascinating.
Why, I mean, he's got so many trophies and stuff. I don't see why he should kill me for that. Everyone should know that he's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got...
Gemma's on a conference call. She says, I'm now intrigued by the above comment, which is basically Josh threatening to kill me. It's all good. It's all good.
We've put fabric E in the first corner, and we're working it with the diagonal line from going towards the middle of the rectangle.
Lo started a diet yesterday and ordered a Hotel Chocolat velvetizer last night. It's not going well then, is it, Lo?
No.
Or is that just going to be your treat? Oh, Josh is going to bring in some of his medals. Awesome.
That would be fabulous.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
And he's also sure that his mum's got some photos.
Oh, lovely.
And he used to be on Nickelodeon and ITV. This is just amazing. You see?
You just don't know, do you?
Hey, you know, Josh, on the days where we need an extra presenter because, you know, I'm on the craft store or something, we should just pick you.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. SJ's telling Gemma that I'm telling Josh's deepest and darkest secrets live on air. I don't think it's deep or dark. I think it's amazing.
So I'm cutting the corners off now. I'm lining the 1/4 inch up with that marked line, and we sewed on that marked line. And just taking that corner off that rectangle, and then we're going to press that triangle back in now to reform the rectangle. So just pressing it to set it, and then very carefully just lifting that up and pressing that, just to make, again, just take care because it's a bias, you don't want to stretch it. So once you've done that side, you then take the fabric D and place that in the opposite side with the diagonal line facing towards the middle again. And again, you're going to sew on the line.
Poor Gemma's trying to do her course and is now wondering what on earth is going on and what she's missing. This is it, you see. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
You miss out on all these things. You see, Josh, everyone's very, very impressed. I can't skate at all. I'm just getting it out there. I can't.
I can skate, but I can't go backwards.
I look
or
at all the
turn
kids.
around.
You know the kids that have
I go
the,
really fast forward.
Yeah,
but I
do.
can't.
Out of control. Yeah. But you know,
Do you need one of the penguins?
Yes. I used to watch the kids when I was when I worked as a Christmas elf at the Eden Project down in Cornwall.
You see, you talk about people having this like. Pardon?
They had the
Christmas
ice
elf,
skating rink.
Natasha.
Everyone needs a 6 foot elf.
6'2" Amazonian woman.
You know, I was like elf. You know,
yeah, like Buddy.
Yeah. Like Buddy the elf. Yeah, but yeah, I used to watch the kids with their penguins and just go, "That's why don't they do adult ones?
Yeah,
why don't they?"
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lo just wants to know if you wore lycra. I don't know. We need to get the photographic evidence, Lo, and I will obviously share with everyone.
Because Josh isn't particularly old, so I'm thinking it must have been when he was a younger person, like little. I
think it was his... SJ, you were there?
Yeah.
Was it when he was in his teens?
No, it was when he was younger.
Even younger than that?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, SJ's got all the gossip. So how old was he when he used to do all this kind of shenanigans?
I think it was like early years. I think he did it up until he was maybe like 11ish, six or something. He was young.
Oh, he was young when he. I thought he was
from a young age. So he's probably still got it.
He's probably still got it, says Ashley. I don't know if you guys can still hear it.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll give Natasha the penguin.
Yeah, give me the penguin. That's all I need.
I'll speed around the edge because I'm really fast for going forward.
I think this has Works Christmas outing written all over it.
I think you might have to sack off the alcohol.
Oh yeah, until later. Until later.
Yeah.
But so it was you that stayed figure skating until you were.
I started later.
You started later, but you went until you were at university, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just so that we've got all this cleared up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Amazing.
And I just need a penguin. I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Sue has a collection of taekwondo trophies in lots of pieces in the loft.
Amazing.
Yeah, where the kids asked to play with them and smash them to pieces as they wanted to make
dear.
fighting figures fight.
Oh,
no!
Right, so we're going to make the other
Sorry.
flying geese unit. So we're going to do, you need to do 6, so like 12 that way, and then we're going to do 12 the other way. So we're going to put fabric D on first.
So you swap it around it the opposite way
Yeah, so
around.
they're the opposite ways. It's all in the instruction. It probably is clearer in the instruction than I'm trying to describe it.
Lo's just going to Google him, find out everything.
This is a thing nowadays, isn't it? It's just like,
I think she just
don't
wants to
Google
know if there was
somebody.
lycra, how much lycra there was. Oh, Julia just wants to know if he combined the skating with heavy metal. I mean, I think he would
I
now.
think you could, yeah. Why not?
I don't think anything wrong with that. This is all Elizabeth's fault for mentioning trapeze. No, I tell you who the trapeze person is, and that's Gaynor.
Yes,
So
I
Gaynor
knew
that works
Gaynor.
with us on a Thursday and Friday, she's the lady that was our resident trapeze artist. And so she's
going to give us lessons. We're going to hook up a thing in the warehouse and she's going to give
She
us
did
lessons.
say that is when she walks into a building, that is the first thing she looks for, is where she can hang the
Yeah,
trapeze. And we've only got one beam apparently that's suitable, but you only need one, right?
Yeah. Do you know what I'd really like to have a go at?
Go on.
Is where you have the cloth and you wind yourself in the cloth and then do acrobatics as you spin like with bits
Well, that's
of
all the sort of
Cirque
stuff that she
Soleil.
used to do for
I
all
just
the
think
clubs.
that's fascinating, but I think you must have to have a really good core.
I'd
that.
like my core back. So I said, well, how do you get into trapeze? Because like this isn't run of the mill.
No.
Like my school never had an after school trapeze club. I don't know about
No.
yours.
No.
Mine did like basket weaving and chess. If you were lucky, maths club. And she's like, well, I went to go to circus school. Of course you did. Of
Yeah.
course you went to
The
circus school. I just went to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lo says, so basically to work for you, the criteria is you have to be a circus performer. I mean, it's just, Jane, do you have any circus skills?
No, I can juggle 2 balls and that's about it.
I mean, I can't even do
3.
that. Yeah, I can't even do that. Yeah. Oh, Sylv says that she broke her arm roller skating, so she's not going to risk ice skating. Oh yeah, Elizabeth said that she would like a go on the old trapeze. It would be good for her back stretches.
It would, wouldn't
I mean,
it?
it's got that going for it, isn't it?
Absolutely. So,
To be fair
the
though, I
series
mean,
are the opposite way round now.
these things have all come to light. It wasn't like they were all on everyone's CV or anything like that, was it?
It wasn't a required.
No, it wasn't like you can only come here if you have circus skills. Although, my very favourite circus is Giffords Circus. If you ever get the chance, the Giffords Circus tours round the Cotswolds and all around there.
Yeah.
And it's like a really old-fashioned, beautiful circus. She's so clever. So clever. But it's just stunning.
Amazing.
and you know they have the horses with the plumes and the and it's
Yeah.
really but it's funny as well, and the costumes are stunning.
Yeah.
And it's all of the circus fabrics that we've had from O'Deal. It's
that sort of circus.
it's that. It's
traditional.
just beautiful. So maybe we should go and recruit them.
Yeah, why not? Have
Yeah.
circus people. Right, so
Not
block
we need any
2A.
right now. There we go.
So this is the one that we made with fabric E on the right hand side first, and then fabric D. We'll turn them round so that the flying geese face the square, and this is fabric F square, which is the mustard on the darker colour here. So we're going to do them so that the two flying geese, the larger triangle faces in towards the middle of the block of the square.
Sorry, Lo is writing inappropriate messages.
She's naughty. She
I
wouldn't
think
be low if
Elizabeth
she
saw
didn't.
it. Oh, hang on. Colette used to teach Latin and ballroom. Oh, I bet you're
wow.
loving a bit of Strictly. Are we all behind our lovely Sarah Davies?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think she's
doing
doing
it
amazing.
for the crafters. Good girl.
I love Ali Ash anyway. I think he's lovely.
Do you know, I mean, I've known Sarah for years
Yes.
and years and years. And she used to sweep into the room with all this energy, and she'd just be so focused and so on it. And because she's my age,
Yeah.
and we'd all just sit there looking at each other going, what have we even done with our lives? Like, what
Yeah.
have we been doing? Clearly just sitting around drinking tea. And she just makes me feel lazy. She's just an absolute whirlwind. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing energy.
Yeah. I learnt a lot from her. A lot. Has to be said.
So that's block 2A.
Amazing.
And then block 2B it's the same block, but it's just that those colours are in the opposite corners to block 2A. And we're just pressing the seam underneath the square again, because there's less fabric, less seams to try and go flat, so it goes flatter if the seam sits underneath the square. It also happens to be the darker fabric, which also helps. So you will have your block 1, your block 2A and your block 2B. You need to attach your 2A to the side of your block 1, and you make rows of 3 blocks with 2 2A blocks in, and then this is where the magic happens. 2B goes on its side.
What? A 90-degree rotation?
Yeah, and it goes against
Oh,
a
come
4
on.
patch,
No.
and you've got 3 of those and 2 4 patches. So you
Genius.
do that row and that row, and it comes together. There's no seam matching here, trying to get the triangles to match up. They just fit together beautifully. Now, Gemma and I were looking at these, and we said you could make yourself cushions by just making a few of the blocks. If you didn't want to really make a full quilt, but you just wanted to have a go, you could make a cushion with either 4 of the blocks and 2 block 2A and 2 block 2B and a 4 patch. Or
Amazing. Isn't that
or-
gorgeous?
you can make 1 of your 4 patch blocks, have your, get the right block in,
Mm.
your 2 your 2A either side of the block, and your 2B above and below the block, and then put 4 patches in the corners. So that's another cushion.
Wow.
So you get 2 completely different looks.
That's amazing.
And you've got yourself, well, that's an 8-inch block. So they're like 16-inch squares.
And then all you need to do is bind it with some of the super duper binding,
Flange.
right?
Yeah, because we've got that lovely soft grey,
Yes.
which would look amazing
Would look amazing.
with it. Or if you wanted to be a little bit more bold, we've got this lovely like burgundy, which is colour number 72.
Come in number 72, which picks out the deeper pinks, doesn't it?
Look at that, that's lovely against there. It really pops this colour in there.
Beautiful.
So there you go. You
Beautiful.
can really have fun playing with that. And if, as I say, if you didn't want to, you know, make the full quilt, you could just have a go at making the blocks and make yourself a cushion. And by
Phenomenal.
playing with the colour, with the placement of the, you get a different effect each time.
This is awesome. Sil Sparkley said that she used to be an osteopath, so she spent up to 12 hours a day wrestling with people. So she reckons that would give her a head start with wrestling.
Yeah.
I think between us, so when we do our retreat somewhere, so
the
Lo will
circus
do
skills,
the
quilting.
hypno evening entertainment. We'll have some wrestling, some quilting, bit of skating.
Why not?
I mean, it's got everything. I mean, it's practically Butlins, right? By the time we're
Absolutely.
finished.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
I'll teach you a bit of fencing and Zumba.
Why not? Yeah, that'd be good.
Jane, this is fab. I love this. Look at it.
It makes, that's the whole, and it's all to do with this block 2.
That's clever.
And just swapping those two colourways around so that you've got them.
Julia
Against
just
there.
says, mind blown. Wow. That is gorgeous. That is just beautiful. And Lo wants to do bungee exercise. Is that a thing?
Yes, I've seen that.
And
It's
Geraldine
just
says,
like-
"Ooh, retreat. Tell me more." I mean, we started planning the retreat, didn't we? Like
Yeah.
in lockdown.
Yes.
We've just got to actually. Do you know what? Actually, the hotel up the road's got really good rates,
Yeah.
and it's literally a stone's throw from here.
Yeah.
Okay, right, we need to sort that out. Jane, that's beautiful. Are you going to make that into something fabulous?
I really want to make the whole quilt with it.
Okay.
It's just like,
Well, that would be rude not to then, wouldn't it?
it's just such a beautiful, gentle colourway
Yeah.
with the soft mauvey pinks and the greys. It's just a lovely collection. I love it. Absolutely adore it.
Perfect. Margaret says, fabulous. I think we can all do it. Lo also says that she will be teaching gin drinking,
Oh yes, we
I mean,
definitely
that's
need
fine.
to know the art of gin drinking.
the art of gin drinking. So I think that also when Lisa Chandler comes over next year, Lo and her need to talk because
Oh, yeah.
there's Lisa's bringing out an entire fabric collection based on the gin botanicals.
Oh, how lovely.
I think that's going to be one.
Yeah.
And Sue says that she'll do women's self-defence. I mean, it's shaping up to be quite...
Yes, we could have. We need a fortnight.
Yeah. Or the NEC.
Yeah.
I mean, which is also 10 minutes up the road. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're well placed
Yeah.
either way.
Absolutely.
Either way. Just genius. Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
Genius
A pleasure.
Jane, everybody. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Please remember the Half Meter Heavens go live tonight at midnight, which means that you guys obviously get first dibs on it before I go to the craft store and everyone remembers that, oh yeah, that Natasha, she's got a website, hasn't she,
Yeah.
as well? So just to give you a little heads up if you want any of those. Look out for your Friday newsletter.
You've got a guest designer on Friday.
I know. That was the next thing I was going to say
I'm
because
excited because
because you will then get a head start on the Friday deals, because
Yes.
Gemma will talk through. Gemma's going to present on Friday. She will talk through the Friday deals. SJ's letter, she's given her permission, because normally the Friday deals are just in the website, just on the newsletter, and if you
Yes.
don't subscribe then you don't know. We've got some cracking deals for you. We've also got a cracking show for you, because lovely Amanda Little is coming. That is her surname, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I suddenly made the connection between the Little Quilt House, and I was
Yeah.
like, because it's her surname,
Yeah.
of course, yes.
And she has got a little house at the bottom of her garden that she does her quilting in.
Oh,
it's really
it
clever.
works all the way around, but she's absolutely lovely. She's got some beautiful, beautiful quilts to show you, and some lovely ideas, and a beautiful Christmas table runner. You know those tealy Christmas fabrics?
Yes, absolutely.
In that with silver tassels. I mean, what's not to love about that?
Absolutely.
Apart from the fact my cats
It'll
would
be a
probably go for
fabulous
the
show.
tassels.
I shall be watching.
Yes,
'Cause I love Amanda.
watching. Hang on. Myra said, love the show while making macrame angels.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Laurie says, Jane, you should have worn a witchy hat today for Halloween. Oh,
Yes.
you did. You had it on your
I
necklace,
had my
and
necklace,
then it got
but then
caught
I
up
got
in
wrapped
your...
it in my microphone, which would have caused all sorts of problems. Josh would have wanted to kill me as well as you.
It's all good. It's all good. Sue says, I'm in love with that quilt. Willpower gone. Look, it's a thing. And the fabrics as well, just divine. Top up on all the other fabrics, because they are simply beautiful.
They are, and as I say, it's a sort of pattern. You can make it bigger, you can make it wider, a bit longer, because the block is just going
And
together. You
repeat.
make more rows.
Yeah,
You'll need to order more fabric, obviously, but
that's okay.
you can make it
accommodate
bigger.
that.
It works to be just made bigger.
Lovely. Perfect. Jane, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Right, everybody. Gemma's in Friday with Amanda. I'm at the craft store tomorrow and Friday. I've now got 8 shows there.
Yeah, you're not on between 10 and 12, are you? 'Cause there's like a bit of conflict of.
No, I'm on at 11.
That's good. That's
So
good.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's
I just
fine.
suddenly thought, it's like, you've got a show on here and you're at the craft store.
No, so I'm on Friday. I'm on at 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
I'm just going to lie down in a darkened room on Saturday.
I don't know.
You're taking the children somewhere, aren't you?
I'm going to Brighton for the weekend.
Oh, how lovely.
The
I
kids.
love Brighton. Love it.
So, yeah. So that's not going to be restful either, is it?
No.
If I fall asleep Monday, you'll understand, right? It's all good. It's all good.
You'll have the beautiful Tilda fabric to keep you awake on Monday.
I've got to make the samples up as well in
Oh
between.
my gosh.
It's all fine.
No pressure.
No, it's okay, because I've booked hotel, so I'm not going to drive back. So I've gained 3 hours.
Oh, that's good. Will you be able to do a bit of prep-ish while you're...
I might hand stitch something for the
Yes.
Tilda, which means that I won't wake everyone up in the hotel.
Yeah.
See, I've thought of everything.
You are. You can very
There you
considerate.
go.
I'd have just taken my machine and whizzed away and sold the rest of them.
Yeah, I should have asked for a ground floor room, shouldn't I? Right, everybody, you take care. Yeah, you don't need to know the logistics of what on earth we managed to do. But we will see you here Friday and then again on Monday. Take care. Have a fabulous Halloween.
Yes.
And
Don't eat too much chocolate. Is that possible?
No. No. Alrighty then. Am I the pick of the day? Yes, I am, Myra. Well, sort of.
Always.
Always. Alrighty. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.